Welcome viewers to the world of Wally, the Wallypower 58, the largest boat currently in the Wallypower range, and doesn't it just look sensational? Miami is a hard place to stand out from the crowd. This thing most certainly does. Just look at the cleanliness of those lines, the roof line. It looks even better with the Miami skyline towering in the background. This is a seriously cool looking bit of kit, and it has echoes of that amazing 118 Wallypower, the ultimate Wally. If you don't know what that boat is, Google it right now. Actually, not right now. Watch the end of this video, then Google it. So yeah, 60 feet long, carbon fibre all over the place, 2 cabins, triple IPS. There's loads to enjoy on board this thing. Let's go and have a look. I'm Jack Haines. Welcome to YachtBuyer. Safe to say that this boat has captured the imagination of the Floridians. This thing has been absolutely heaving the whole time we've been here, but it's empty now, so let's go. Right, the first thing I really like about the back of this boat is the way the teak sort of waterfalls down over the end of the transom. That looks really, really nice, and it sort of invites you on board. And the bit I'm standing on here is the hydraulic bathing platform. It's beautifully integrated. You can see there's a seam here, and there's a seam here. So this is the bit that goes down into the water, and as it drops down, it reveals a ladder as well, so you've got a nice connection between the platform and the main deck itself. And it's nice that you've got the fixed points either side, because they help you bridge across to these drop-down balconies. Obviously these come up so that they're in line with the rest of the gunnel, but then when you're at rest you can drop them down and really extend the width of this cockpit. You've got your passerelle as well, obviously that comes out of here, and that will raise up and down to give you access up to the quayside. Now this central sunbathing area, the canopy here, this is an option, doesn't come with this as standard, and this is a really neat solution because it folds back to here and then it comes down and sits flush on this part of the moulding, so you'd never know it was here, and then obviously it pops up and creates a nice bit of shade over this double sun pad. And incidentally, these end squabs here, these lift up to give you more space on the bathing platform for your tender. So you can lift these up like that, and then you have slightly more space, so you can have a bigger rib or jet ski on the back of this. The other thing to point out is the other end lifts up, and then you have 2 dedicated spots for sea bobs. So they've really thought of the water toys aboard this boat. Come on board, we'll have a closer look. Into the heart of the cockpit now, you have this really striking hardtop design. It looks great from the outside, and it looks great from the inside as well. And I love the way that this strip lighting traces the contours of the roofline. It's really, really cool. And you have a huge amount of protection here as well. It's completely sealed. So if you're going along in a bit of weather, then you have got a good amount of protection, and that enormous windscreen, which we'll have a closer look at from the Helm Station. Anyway, here you have your dinette, and then you can pick out all this carbon fibre. But the only thing I would say is in this Floridian sun, well, how would you like your eggs, sir? That is getting a little bit warm, but it does look and feel absolutely lovely. So yeah, this is just your main chill out area. You've got little chaise along here, you've also got your more formal seating here. The table obviously flips over and flips over this way, so you can make it a little bit smaller, give you a bit more space as you're moving through this area. I like the way you've got the cup holders built into the cushions as well, and some nice grab rails fashioned out of the carbon fibre here. Very, very nice. Moving forward, we've got a wet bar on this side. No, this is ostensibly a day boat. I know it's got accommodation down there, and you're going to go, what? It's still 60 foot long, it's a day boat. That is how people use these things. So they'll be using this area a lot. Induction hob, sink, so you've got a bit of cooling space down here. Yeah, it's not enormous, but it's got everything you need really to serve the people who are sitting up in this area. Over here on this side, just a little bit of storage up here, and then there's actually an ice maker down here as well. Another fridge down here. So yeah, they've fitted as much cooling space as they can really, but it's all under counter, it's all very slick, and I love this beautiful wood finish here. It does look and feel absolutely lovely. Now this is quite an interesting addition, because if I lift this flap up and poke my head down there, you can actually see a bed, and that is access to the second cabin, which you can have this optional entrance to create a skipper's cabin. There is also access from inside, which we will take a look at, but if you want access direct from the deck, then you have it here. Quite a novel way of doing it really. Underneath the Helm Station here, this is where you have storage for your crockery. You've got your plates and cups and everything all neatly tucked away, properly fiddled away down there so it can't move around when the boat is out at sea. I'm going to come back to the helm because it deserves a section all of its own. For now, let's stay on deck and we'll head forward. Now, it looks incredibly sleek, and it is incredibly sleek and open, this boat, but actually this part of the side decks feels pretty safe. You know, this comes up to a decent height. These are sockets for the fenders, so you've got a little plug on the end of the fender, you put that in there and then hang the fender over the side. Obviously there are no railings, so you can't tie your fenders on, so that is Wally's solution for that. Moving forward, as we get up here, it starts to feel a bit more precarious. Note the lovely pop-up cleats here. These are sunken down into the deck and then you can just pull them up when you need to use them, and you've got the stainless steel rubbing strakes so they don't ruin the paint. But then up here, in the name of clean design, it looks fantastic, but you do feel a little bit vulnerable up here. If you're rolling around out at sea, then you'd probably have to be crouching down like this. But this is yet more sunbathing space. You've got nice big cushions here. You've got a lot of glass here, which is feeding natural light down into the cabin below. Obviously, we'll see the effect of that later on. But they haven't completely banished practicality, because there is an absolutely enormous storage void just aft at the anchor locker. And there's also a concealed anchor. They couldn't possibly ruin the lines with the anchor hanging out the front of the boat, so that pops out at the touch of a button as and when you need it. Let's head back to the Helm Station. I'm putting it out there, I think these might be the coolest helm seats I've ever seen. Get in the comments and let me know if you think I'm wrong. Can you think of any helm seats any cooler than this? Maybe the Sunseeker 65 Sport Yacht, but yeah, these are really pretty special. And not only do they look good, but oh my, are they comfortable. I love the amount of support you get from these massively high backrests. And this is such a great driving position. See how far back the throttles are set, so I can sit back here, I can reach my tiddly little carbon fibre wheel, I've got a phenomenal view forward. Yeah, it would feel pretty special to drive this. Ferretti Group, Wally, the people want to know what it's like to drive. Let us drive it with you so we can tell them. Yeah, I think it would be pretty good. I love how clean this helm is as well, carbon fibre everywhere, nice simple run of switches here, really clearly labelled and backlit, and then you've got the two big Garmin screens which obviously have all of your information in them. And then of course you have your IPS joystick. This is a triple IPS boat. You can have IPS 700 or 800 with 600 or 550 horsepower. Why you go for the smaller ones, I don't know. I don't imagine anybody has. Top speed with the bigger ones is 38 knots, and at 30 knots it'll cover 330 nautical miles. And there you really get a sense of what the Wallypower is all about. Covering distance quickly, getting you to your favourite hotspot, putting the anchor down, get those platforms out, enjoy it, and then get home before everybody else. That is the Wallypower way. Right, let's check out the interior. Here we are then, downstairs, probably an area that's overlooked, because as I've said, it is a day boat, really. Though, you know, the accommodation, perfectly comfortable. Down here, it's not really a saloon as such, it's just a sort of seating area where you can come down, chill out. There's a bit of storage up above, there's a fridge down here, so you can chuck a few cold drinks down here, a telly down here that you can whack on for the kids if they're not fancying it up on deck. And then you have your two cabins. So this is the one that you could see from on deck, that you can access via that hatch up in the cockpit. Again, you have good access into here, headroom is great, you've got a nice big hanging locker here, and the bed sort of tapers away towards the end, but actually it's a decent enough size. And you've got a side table and a bit of lighting. Again, you know, for the occasional night that it's going to be used for, it's absolutely fine. And then the owner's cabin is right forward. And this is a really decent space. I mentioned the skylights up on the foredeck. Well, this is where you reap the benefits. These open up so you get a bit of ventilation. It's also your escape hatch, but crucially they bring down natural light. There aren't whole windows in this design, so that you are relying on those hatches to do that, and they do it very effectively. Again, it's reasonably practical. You've got a bureau here, television mounted up on the bulkhead. There's a big hang locker over on this side, and there's more storage. I really like the style of the storage as well, these sort of saddlebag style, again at eye level. So yeah, it's very, very stylish, but it's also pretty practical. There are also two bathrooms on board. One is ensuite to the guest cabin, but also day head. And there is an ensuite, private ensuite to the owner's cabin, though this door is locked and we can't get it open. But this is what it looks like. Right then, last place to look at is the engine room. I hear triple engines and I think tight engine space. I'm pleasantly surprised by the setup down here in this engine room. Yes, there are 3 Volvo Penta IPS engines in here, but actually they're pretty easy to get around to inspect. You can get between them, you can get around them, you can get over. Certainly the middle one is pretty good, bit tight over the outer ones, but I have to say I thought it was going to be a lot more cramped down here, and access to all the other stuff is good as well. You can see the generator behind me, easy to get to. It's even got a water maker, which is very easy to get to as well. So yeah, you've got 3 engines to look after, but actually getting to them and doing that shouldn't be too much of a challenge. I'm joined by Stefano de Vivo, Managing Director of Wally. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the channel. This boat is having its North American debut here in Miami. So if you would, please just tell us about this model and how it fits into the Wally range.
Well, Wally started off in 2003 with power boats with a Wally tender, the 43, and then moved on to launch the Wallypower 118. The Wallypower 118 is an iconic boat. It was probably 40 years ahead of the time, because today it's still 20 years ahead. You should show your viewers an image of that. And so after we redid since 2019 the Wally tender range, so now we have 43, 48, both inboard and outboards. We then went on to the Wally Y range, which is a completely different boat. We're going to have, I think, one special viewing of only that. And then we started with the Wallypower range. Wallypower 58. This boat is thought to go and be also long cruising, because you got nice space downstairs, but the point is this is a boat to enjoy for the day.
Yeah.
The space outside is amazing. The areas you have to enjoy, both in the cockpit, in the stern, the opening platforms. In the front you have a beautiful sunbed. It's easy to go to the front. It doesn't look like it, but walk through it and you'll be the first one testifying that you can actually walk feeling very safe. And then you go from the design, waterlines. Why? This boat is 38 knots with the inboards, outboards 50 knots.
Yeah.
Cruising 35 with the inboards, cruising for the outboards is 45 knots, but you always go at that speed because of the deep V. No other boat here has the Wally design hull. And this is crucial, especially for people here where you're on the ocean. So you want to be able to come in and out and go along. And then you have design. Look at these curved glasses of a cockpit. It's beautiful from inside because it meant that we could take away the stanchion in the front and on the sides. So you really get this full 360-degree view. At the same time, Wally is designed. Look at the whole design of a boat. And the carbon fiber you see, it's not just for beauty. The hull and the strengtheners and the stringers made in carbon fiber, so that you always have lightweight, less fuel, less power needed, and great stiffness and great reaction to the waves.
And you mentioned the outboard version. Just tell us a bit more about exactly how that boat's powered and what the performance is going to be.
Outboard version, actually the first one just landed here in Miami yesterday. It's getting ready to be shown.
It's a Miami style boat, that, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Also, the first one was sold in Europe.
Oh, was it really?
My team actually proved me wrong, because I said you're going to sell them only in America.
Okay,
Anyway, 4 Mercury's 600 horsepower.
Right.
In the back, clearly the wing kind of arrangement makes it perfect for that kind of boat. 50 knots top speed, 45 cruising, just pure fun.
There you go then, the Wallypower 58. I hope you enjoyed that tour. If you did, please do give the video a like. I'll show Wally all of these likes and say, look how much they like this, let us drive it, and think how much they'll like that. But what I want to know is whether you'd pick this or the new Sunseeker Super Hawk 55. I'm going to pin a comment and I want you to reply with which one you'd go for. If you want to watch more of our videos, then you can click on these boxes over here. And if you'd like to subscribe to the YachtBuyer channel, please click here. Thanks for watching.